Hello and welcome to another Don't Touch Your Bugles podcast, episode 7. The podcast where 6, when we can all make it, bugle-loving brothers seduce your ears weekly with our wholesome chat. So, after 6 weeks, all of us had our turn to host the show. So to mix it up this week, we put it to an online vote for you, the listener, to choose your favourite for this episode. You guys spoke and we listened, so this week I'm here, Jiggs, your favourite, hosting the show. Also, that's a no. I'd like to thank Vladimir Putin's electoral team for rigging that. Hey guys. But before I introduce my beautiful bastard co-hosts, I just want to give you all the deets. So if you want to get involved with the show at any time by sending us your random questions or topics for debate, you can find us on the gram and Twitter using the handle at Bugles Podcast, or email us at buglespodcast@gmail.com. We also upload behind the scenes and visuals for our jingles, etc. on our YouTube channel. And this week I set up a Facebook profile which I'm managing under the name Jiggs Clifford Brazier, brackets Bugles Podcast. So hopefully you can get on that and can reach out a bit further. So if you see me following you on there, it's for the podcast, it's not just me personally, it's for all of us. So if you haven't fallen asleep for all that shite, awesome, thank you. Let's get to it. So it's 5 of us again this week, unfortunately. James had to jump out, so yes, our Captain Canada should I say. Captain Canada will be upset with 1L. Won't be here, unfortunately, but we did have
his own back. Ted got his own back, pushed him off the cliff, did you?
Yeah. But beautifully, as a last second comeback, the boy, oh yes, he's such a cunt. Even Bradford sent him back to Peterborough. Our fast food and drinking champion, Chunk, is here. What's up, bro? All good?
I don't know what to say now after that. Fast food loving. What gives it away?
But it's okay. We also have our other brother Bugles to rock the mic with us. So first up, we have Hugh Hefner, aka Diddley. Not because he's a playboy, because he turns up the podcast in his fucking PJs. What's up, bro?
Ahoy.
Next up with us is the Bugle with more stories than Uncle Albert. It's our hero, the Blue Power Ranger, which explains why he got pushed off a cliff 4 times last week and still survived. It's Teddy!
Howdy.
How you doing, boy?
Yeah.
And last but not least, it's the main man, the chief editor of the Weekly Bugle. If we had a weekly phrases card that we use on this podcast, his words would be, true story, and I don't watch a lot of films, but he seems to keep telling us he's watching another film, so he's also a fucking bullshitter. It's G-Dog Angelo.
What's up, baby?
Yes. How are we all doing then, boys?
All good.
Yeah, not bad.
Yes? Happy to be back, Chunk.
Yeah, for the weekend, and then I'm back up to north.
It's a damn shame, man. We've missed you here.
Oh, that's nice.
Was it 1 or 2 weeks?
Just 1 week.
It feels like
I wasn't meant to be
It felt
here.
like 2.
It's felt longer.
This is the second coming of Chunk. Like a miracle.
I enjoyed the first one. Well, we're going to mix up the order a bit this week to change things. So we're actually going to start this week with the Bugles League.
No, we're not. We're actually not in the Bugles League, as we said last week. There is no such league.
Well, you might have crawled your way
You might
back
call
into
yourself
it
back
this
today.
week.
You don't know, do you?
No, I might have.
Oh dear.
Oh, okay.
But if I am, I've got a nice big jump over you guys. But we shall see.
Anyway, Angelo, drop that jingle.
The Bugles League is 15 weeks, head to head. Who gets the screams? We guess the score. Predict who wins, who will lose. Let's begin. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. La, 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 la.
Right then, I said we wouldn't go over the premise of this again, but because we've had Facebook this week, I have we might have some more new listeners who don't know what this is all about. So while I'm explaining, I've got this for you boys. Chunk doesn't need it because I did text Chunk, but take that, Ange, that's for you. And share that with Ted or whatever there so you can look
It's
at
one
that.
between 2, is it? It's like being at school.
Yeah, it's like being at school. So I thought there was only 4 of us, so it's a little bit easier. But read through that while we're going along. So basically, in case for the new listeners, the Bugles go head-to-head, guessing the results of a random sporting event every week, getting points for the correct results and scores. And after the 15 weeks, the losers are forfeit, which will happen on our annual Nottingham trip, which includes the shitty job of holding the kitty, which we all hate, and their ringtone set to the sound that we all fucking hate as well.
Uncanny impression.
I'm not going to lie, I can't wait to hold that kitty.
Yeah, you know. But
Because you lot are going.
Yeah?
Yeah, you're gone. I'm just standing at the bar on my own.
You can...
Tequilas. Tequilas.
Yeah, more
Tequilas.
cheeky.
You'll come back, stop filming them.
You'll come back pissed and for right cue.
Obviously, Elwood read out last week, so he gave us the game last week, but he's not here, unfortunately, so I'm going to read him on his behalf. So, it was the AHL ice hockey game. It was the Bridgeport Sound Tigers versus the Hershey Bears.
Come on, Sound Tigers.
So,
He's made that league up, surely.
No, it is an official league.
It
is.
I wouldn't have a
Yeah,
fucking
it is,
clue.
yeah.
I thought 17 goals in the game was quite normal. I was clearly wrong, weren't I? So, are you ready?
Ready.
Bridgeport Sound Tigers 1. Hershey Bears 5.
Yeah, boy.
Nobody got the correct score, but we all got the correct result apart from Chunk! Another motherfucking 0 for you, boy. Having a bad
I'm going,
time. So, unfortunately, with that, Chunk is still sitting at 0. I haven't actually got wrestling scores on me at the moment, but who cares? But
Yeah.
so yeah,
Team player, that's what I am.
You are.
I'm deliberately giving wrong scores.
Thanks.
Because
mate.
I don't mind being that guy. I don't mind being the full guy.
I'm only on 4, so it's not like I'm steaming it.
And how many weeks we got left of this? Quite a
This is
few.
number 7, so we still got 8 weeks left.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's every chance.
Plenty of time.
Said that after 2 weeks. And now 6 weeks
Come
and I've
back
still
in.
got no points.
Yeah.
Be alright, don't worry.
Plenty of time. Plenty of time.
I will say though,
Unless
so,
Ollie Gunnar Solskjaer starts picking your scores for it, I don't think.
It's not looking good, is it?
No.
I mean, funny, last week I saw, like, we knew what you went for, and we all went opposite, and we were like, yes, easy 2 points, or 5, so I'm not scoring. You're the closest, by the way, Dids. The score, you put 5-2.
Yeah.
So you were the
Oh,
closest.
not bad, yeah.
So Diddley is, I mean, so
You've already got one
like,
correct score as well, haven't
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you are
Getting
the
close.
king of this shit at the
I'm
moment.
gonna start playing the lottery.
Should do, man. You don't have to fucking podcast Lost Muppets anymore, would you? Or you can buy us an awesome studio. Either way. Right. So this week I've picked a race from the 23rd Formula E Championships, race 6 at the Sandy Track in mainland China. This E-Prix consists of 22 cars drivers. There's no tandems in there, it's just a single driver. It's 11 teams in it. So there's a chance for you, Chunk, to make more points here. Because I want you to guess the winning team. They're the teams I put in front of you.
Can I pick 2?
you pick 5, you probably still would. So how I'm going to do it is that if you pick the prick, if you pricks pick the team that wins, you get 5 points. You know?
Okay.
If you get the team that comes second, you get 3 points. And if you come third, fourth, or fifth, you can have 2 points. Everything else below that, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No point.
So I'm going to tell everyone, don't pick what I pick, and
Yes.
then you won't finish.
You go last.
Yeah.
No, I think you choose last. That'd be
Well,
fair.
he's already chosen because I got his off.
Oh, of course.
I won't tell you what it is. So right,
Yeah.
I know what it was.
I personally have gone for Audi Sport.
That makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
Seeing as it's racing, I'll tell you what I'm not going for.
Yeah.
Because they make TVs, and that's Panasonic Jaguar.
Okay.
So Angelo,
Be a great picture though.
I'm gonna choose. I'm gonna choose the BMW i Andretti.
you're doing Andretti, so that is Angelo. And unfortunately for you, Chunk's gone for that as well.
I'm going for BMW as well.
You go for that as well?
Yeah.
Oh, it's on your side today, Chunk. It's a lot of no points. And what are you going for, Dids?
I'm going to go for the Venturi Formula E.
Venturi Formula E for Dids. And Captain Canada went for Envision Virgin.
I was going to go for that. But then I thought Virgin, does that mean that they've not done this before? And therefore they're not going to do it?
There is always that. Who knows?
I've seen a race, but I can't remember the teams. I watched one a couple of weeks ago, but I couldn't tell you because it was just on.
So when's this? When is this race?
This is
It's Sunday.
yeah, I think so.
Sometime before the next podcast.
Oh god, yeah. It's on Saturday or Sunday. It's this weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, it's this weekend.
I always look forward to this bit, Bugles League.
Yeah.
You know, the excitement of.
Yeah. I think the listeners hate it, but you know we're on.
That's what I've done it first.
I second that.
And Chung, listeners and Chung hate it. So a couple of weeks ago, our beloved bugle Teddy told us a story about how Mrs. Ted's children believe he's an ex-Blue Power Ranger. But apparently, it's not the only story of heroism we've told them, boys, is it, Ted?
No, it's not. I'll
thickens.
start this
Plot
story
thickens.
with we was doing a promotion at work on metal cutting discs, believe it or not, and we got given a T-shirt, and all because it was like 0.08 millimeters thick. But there's no dot, no millimeters. So it just had 008 on the T-shirt. So obviously I've kept it and I've put it on, and the boys obviously know who James Bond is because every Christmas there's always a story on. And one night the boys wanted me to explain where I got my T-shirt from. So I thought, well, there's only got to be one story. And so I said, yeah, I'm one up from 007. So if 007 can't do it, up steps me, 008. So they've gone, so what's your last mission then? I've gone, oh, no, quick, Ted, quick. I went, well, believe it or not, I was having a picnic and my phone rang and Her Majesty's Service. So I had to shoot off in my red Corsa.
I like it, keeping it undercover. You know,
Yeah, so I thought, well, they don't know what's under the hood. Fucking idea.
Or what a Corsa is.
Yeah, or what a Corsa is. So I've sort of disappeared, and obviously they're not here. I'm just obviously telling the story as it is. And I had to go to Russia to meet someone at the Kremlin.
in your Corsa.
In my Corsa, yeah. Obviously, I had to go to Luton Airport first. So I'm on the plane, gone over to the Kremlin, get all my gadgets and everything. And they've gone, well, what did you go? What have you got to do? I said, well, I don't know until I got to the Kremlin. And then they obviously watched Top Gear as well. And obviously, when I got up to the Kremlin, someone in a white coat handed me over an envelope. And it's what they obviously do in Top Gear, don't they? It's for their mess arounds on the car and the tracks and everything. And so I handed it, and apparently there was a bomb on the moon. And I had to go and defuse it. So I then had to go.
Did Bruce Willis come
I
here?
haven't finished yet. This is just the beginning.
No.
I don't know why you put me first. It's Jiggs, to be honest. So I've then gone from Kremlin to, is it? I may get this bit. I can't remember what I said. Where all the space shuttles go off from America. Is it Cape Canaveral? Yeah, Cape Canaveral. And I stole an astronaut suit. Then I stole the rocket. But as I was going up, I went onto a space station called Moonraker, where I had to stop off
Which
and
is?
a refuel, which is a James Bond film.
Great film knowledge
But
there,
I-
Angelo.
Yeah, it is. And then I had to
Told you he's full of shit.
I had to then park the rocket on Moonraker, fill up, had a snack, refuel.
What does a international man of mystery have for? Snack?
Well,
4-finger Kit Kat.
I just had like a tuna salad roll.
Can
Can of Diet Coke and a double duo Mars bar. And so I've gone to obviously stop off at the space station, and then I've got then in the rocket, and then I've gone to the moon, and obviously I've gone to the moon, landed, and defused the bomb. And again, they've gone, this is really good, Ted, but we don't believe you. I went, what do you mean? Don't believe you? Now, do you remember where I told you the mask was?
Yes.
Where was
in
it?
the attic, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Parents' attic. Yeah.
Well, next to that is a replica of the rocket that the Queen gave me for saving Britain. So from now until the kids ask about that one, I've got to find a little rocket from somewhere and put it next to the mask of the Power Rangers.
I'm sure we can do that.
So I need
Get on eBay.
an eBay, yeah. But it's, I mean, a rocket's a rocket. You know.
Apollo 13 or whatever it's called.
Yeah. So that
Not Apollo 13, because didn't that crash and burn?
Okay, not that one.
that was me in a nutshell. So if
No, this is me in a nutshell. Oh, look at
Yeah.
me enjoying a nutshell!
So that is me being Bond, and yeah, they liked it, and they think I can do anything now. But I soon got rid of my Corsa. It wasn't a good image of Bond running around in Aston Martin, and there's me in a 1.2 litre red Corsa.
It did step down to a Ford Mondeo in winning around,
It
didn't
did.
he? Yeah, and that
Yeah.
Corsa's a step too far, man.
Yeah, and then Pierce Brosnan had a BMW as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he
so
did.
up this game with Aston Martin, but no chance. I suppose they didn't ask me where my Aston Martin was, but no. So yeah, that was me.
In the attic.
Yeah. All from my 008 promotion top that was selling cutting discs.
There's not many superheroes left for you to be then, is there?
Not at the moment.
As in that you could conceivably be.
Well,
Yeah,
there
you
is.
can't be Superman or whatever it is because he flies, doesn't he? So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can't
but
be.
I have been searching for Moby
Have you
Dick
seen
as
Power
well.
Rangers?
yeah.
Yeah, it's not that fucking believable, is it? It's definitely a Power Ranger.
But you can lycra and jump about.
Well, yeah, if you turn around and says, "Oh, if you're Superman, Ted, fly over there."
Exactly.
For me," and then you got to go.
Yeah. But then I've just got to have a day off. Wonder Woman's doing it or something. Yeah. It doesn't matter. They're kids. They're good. Their imagination is as bad as mine. It is good.
To be fair, there's sometimes you've sat there and told me a story and I've gone, oh yeah, fucking hell, I believed you. And you just looked at me and gone,
Yeah.
and smiled. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh shit, talk shit.
But I mean, like Moby Dick, we go searching for the whale. I found the whale in the story because he wanted me to. Can you tell me? Because what I tend to do is I tell them to pick an animal, a character that they know, any vehicle, and I just mash it all together and make a story. But what I tend to do is I try and get a film in my head, so I've got the guideline of a film
Right.
to go with, so I don't stupidly mess it up. But
No, you don't be stupid, tell me.
No, but
Can't wait
yeah.
till it gets to
I wish you were my dad when I was little.
Yeah, but it is, I've been, you name it, you know, it's like, I don't go to like Commando or Die Hard or anything like that because obviously they're little. But along the lines of, I don't know, Frozen, Shrek, all that kind of stuff, Stealing the Princess, all that kind of stuff. Just mix and match.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, try it.
Stealing a princess?
Well, you know. What
Princess
I mean.
Fiona.
Yeah, Princess Fiona, thanks. So I'm Shrek. So it's just
Well,
match
you're
it up.
far
Try it with your kids. It's brilliant. They love it. But like, let them pick the characters, and it's even better because then they want to know what their character does that they picked.
They're invested in it already.
They are, yeah, and they have. It's brilliant. It's good.
I think you might take Daddy of the Year or Peter Andre this year.
Well, I don't know. Not the bottom of the cliff though. Moving on.
I thought that was a redacted conversation.
No, but no, they're good. It's good. So if anyone else has got a story from Follow That One, I'm going to sit back.
And if you're 009 as well, do get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taking the baton from you.
Yeah.
Don't know if I can follow that, but I've got a story. Just going back to last week, when we had the question about what's the worst gift you've ever had. Right. So I've got another story that's along those lines, but I wouldn't say it was the worst gift. It's quite thoughtful and stuff like that. But so basically, I was about sort of 12 years old, I think, probably in around 94, and just starting to get into music and stuff like that, into my bands, into some hip hop, Tupac, Oasis, Prodigy, that kind of
Good old
stuff.
days.
Yeah. All my mates had like nice sound systems in their bedroom, or CD player, or
Boombox.
yeah, or a boombox. That is going back some, but yeah. And I didn't have one of my own in my bedroom, and so I asked for one, and there was, there's this sort of thing in the air that only child get what they want. Kind of thing.
Yeah, stereotype. Yeah.
Yeah, stereotype. They couldn't be further from the truth for me, anyway. So I always got it a year later, or so like my mates would be playing on the Mega Drive. I just got a Master System. I was always playing catch up, which was fine. I was fine with that. So anyway, so I asked for this stereo or whatever to play some music on in my bedroom, and my old man says, "Son, if you want something, you gotta work for it." So I was like, "Okay, yeah, fine. Get good grades, you'll get a reward." I was like, "Cool." So I worked pretty hard in school. So at the end of school, come home, done well in my exam, whatever, my report. Dad's upstairs. He says, "Son, come upstairs. I have something for you." So I'm like, yes, buzzing. There's some music playing. I'm like, oh, yes. I go upstairs into my bedroom. And on the side was, I shit you not, a car stereo.
Why?
Duct tape to a battery. With two speakers.
Oh my god.
Now, look, I'm not ungrateful.
But
you said, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, couldn't take that over your shoulder. Yeah.
To be fair, it put some volume out.
yeah.
Yeah, it weren't bad. It was just a little cassette player and stuff. But, I was happy with it. It's one of those things, isn't it?
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, and he goes, "Son, don't worry. I'll get you a steering wheel for Christmas."
So you know that Elwood last week was saying that he finds it hard to hide his facial expressions when his mum and dad gave him that double-collared shirt.
Sure, yeah.
Did you do the face drop of what the fuck is that, or did you think I got some music here? It's cool.
Yeah, no, I appreciated it. He's been creative. We weren't the wealthiest family, but we weren't like impoverished. I'm not trying to make people feel sorry for me.
We're going to start a Just Giving page.
Yeah.
The that and the thesaurus.
Yeah. So yeah,
fantastic.
no, I did get a decent stereo eventually, but yeah, so that was my first one.
Love that.
The thing I wanted to know is though, did your dad take it out of his car?
Yeah.
Sacrifice his own music.
And then forgets and gets up in the morning, gets to go in the car to work, and he's like, "Why is this not turning on?"
No, it wasn't from his car, but so who knows where he got it from? But
Next door neighbours next morning.
it was a entry level, basic Ford Fiesta type
Oh, God.
car stereo thing.
Another time.
Yeah, my mates used to fucking hammer me for it.
And this is before the days of social media. So if they'd come around your house and they could have taken a snap.
People would have took a picture of that and then you've been fucking memed forever and a day on that fucker, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
See, I used to have a Discman that had blue tack on because I only had a tape, vinyl, and radio. So the only way I could get for CDs was to use my Discman, but blue tack it to the top of it to stop it moving around. So
The vibrations.
Yep.
Discmans were shit back when they first came out, weren't they? You're like, yeah, well, Discman. And
I'm going to walk around with it.
Every second you move, you're jumping it. They were shit. Absolute shit.
Yeah, all my tapes were just taped off. I had this little recorder thing and I just had to tape off the radio.
I did that. I used to record the top 40 every week.
Pause it.
Yeah, pause
You'd
it.
sit there getting up close going, now, yes! Fuck, let's start talking on it. Rewind. I'll have to wait.
Yeah.
No Simon Mayo and into that fucker.
Brilliant. I love that. That's
Good
great.
stuff, Dids. Good stuff. Right, boys. So now it is time for Weird Shit of the Week. Hit 'em, G-Dog.
A Facebook post we've loved the most and other shit we've seen. Some random tweets from random peeps, a stupid fucking meme. A vid, a pic that makes us sick, it's crazy stuff we seek. Some bullshit news, we're all confused, it's Weird Shit of the Week.
So, who's got some weird shit stories for us, Bugles?
I have one if you want me to start.
I would love you to do that.
Just bear with me, I'll just get this. I'll just get it up. Use it my own. Obviously, it's Lent season, isn't it?
Lent season?
This season. Lent season. People are obviously giving things up for Lent.
Yeah.
And apparently there is a man in Ohio is giving up everything except for beer.
So what, is it like a beer-only diet?
Yeah, apparently so.
Like it.
Chuck lives in Peterborough.
That'd be sweet though. Could you imagine it?
This is a great story.
The thing is, I couldn't open this to read it, and it suddenly just popped up. I should have obviously let one of you guys do it first, but in a nutshell again.
I've just got this image that he's driving down the road, the police pull him over, he's like, "Excuse me sir, what, you've been drinking?" "It's okay, I've done it for Lent."
Yeah.
But he's done it, apparently. He's done it for apparently to lose weight as well. Now, I've seen this firsthand. Because a friend of mine, it weren't Lent season, but he said, "I'm just going to drink Holston Pills." Ooh. And he just drank Holston Pills, and within...
He doesn't really like beer then?
Well, I don't know what he does, but from when we finished football season, off-season, and started pre-season, I think he lost something like 3 stone, and he generally just drank Holston Pills.
It's because of the chemicals in it, it just gives you the shits.
He didn't eat anything.
Morning and
He
night.
may have eaten the odd thing, but he just lost all this weight just from drinking Holston Pills.
There was some guy that didn't they do like a McDonald's diet? And literally...
Yeah, supersized me.
And I literally had, breakfast, lunch and dinner.
He's got
Fuck, you only just seen that or something?
No, it's just...
Oh, no, I think I've heard that.
Yeah, they did for like a month, didn't they?
It was supersized me, he did a DVD on it. Some ginger guy.
Yeah, and every time they asked him, like, do you want to supersize?
He had to, that's right.
Yeah,
He could
he's
kill
like,
him,
got
couldn't he,
pancreatic. fucking psoriasis.
Was it for a
and
month?
shit.
Yeah.
Was it for a month
Something
that
like
he
that,
did
a
it?
month, yeah.
And he literally, it was like for breakfast.
Mate, he looked fucking sweaty,
Yeah.
greasy. He looked disgusting.
He just
by the
looked
end
in
of it.
pain.
I bet he did. I haven't seen it, but...
Right. It says, I've done, this is not my mate, but the guy,
Oh, right,
this
okay,
is
not the
the
Holston Pills
Ohio guy said, I've done big challenges, but this seems very daunting. So I'm just curious if I'm up for the challenge, if I'm going to be able to do this or not.
I thought he's fucking making out as a drinking beers. Oh, it's going to be such a challenge.
Is
Oh, I hate drinking
documenting
beer.
his beer fast on his YouTube channel, where he said he's already starting to see weight loss from this unusual diet.
YouTube? Fair enough, though.
Yeah.
Could you do
I would have thought that you'd struggle and you'd put weight on, because obviously people who drink a lot of alcohol, especially beer,
Tend to eat.
well, they tend to get put on weight anyway. I like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's
what happened
'cause-
to me. You should have seen me before when I was like 15. I was running cross country. I was about 6 stone.
Yeah.
Started drinking beer, and overnight,
next morning, John.
Yeah,
Bit like, it's
literally.
like watching Big,
yeah,
the beer version.
it was.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Check, mate.
enjoy your beer.
Enjoy it. That's why you got
So
one. That's why Chunk ain't got one.
Yeah, so that's, I know it's a short story, because
I don't know if
I bollocksed up on that guy.
I don't know if
so.
I could do that. You get bored. You know, like when you're young and you think, yeah, I'll have a beer, and actually you're drinking it. It's like when you're really young and you're trying
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
first
beer
beer.
tastes like fucking arse.
You're like,
Ah, there's so
This
many
is-
different types
this
of beers
is
you can try though.
There is,
But,
yeah.
but as you get older, you taste
Exactly.
well.
Craft beer. Beer is
Exactly,
just
so many different flavours now.
So
You
good
could-
now,
you-
isn't it?
I started on super tenants, so the only way was,
Yeah.
the only way was up really for me.
See, we used to do special brew ice lollies. Yeah,
Special brew ice lolly.
yeah,
that's
mate,
class.
it's winners.
But I don't think he's a reasonable weight now, because obviously he's not done this, because he goes back to it. I think it's just,
Well, this is for Lent, so he's going to be doing
yeah,
it for.
but no, this was like many moons
40
ago,
days.
this was
Are you
like-
back on the mate Holston Pills mate again?
Yeah, Holston
Yeah.
Pills guy. He is now back to where he was before he thought about doing his Holston Pills diet. So obviously, what he's done is he's gone into his old habits again, and just.
So when he wants to lose a bit of weight, he just gets back on
But
the
he's
business.
not. He is.
What's his old habits? Eating food.
May have been. And it's not. He doesn't. You know, he needs to go on it again, really. If it, you know, but he's not going to.
There are healthier diets out there.
There is. Yeah.
We're not promoting this one.
But,
So no, I'm going to try it.
Chunk is.
Give it a go.
He wants to do the
you've
diet.
got to try it. Yeah, let us know how
Yeah,
you get
that's
on.
right.
Ah,
So,
good times. Good times.
has anyone given up anything but Lent anyway?
No.
Apart
Yes.
from work.
Yeah. I give up, not giving. No, I've given up, not giving up.
Cool. Good. So you giving up anything?
I haven't really thought about it.
What would you do? What would you
I
give up?
give up? 40 days is a long time.
It is a long
It is.
time.
It is a long
I've
time.
given up bread before, and like literally just went no bread, no pizza, no like
No dough.
cake. Yeah, literally just no dough. We just went.
Did you go? Did you?
Did it? Yeah, no, it's good. It was
I bet it's
good.
hard. I bet it's hard.
You don't realise sometimes how much.
You have it.
I think I want to give up anything for Lent. For it's a long time. What religion is Lent exactly? I'm not really down.
Christianity.
It's Christianity, is it right? Yeah. I will give up Christianity for 40 days.
You giving
Is it fair?
No, I don't know. I always try and then I fail halfway
Yeah.
through. But I have fucked up with a religious festival once before. So, being Catholic, Good Friday, not supposed to eat meat. You're supposed to eat fish. And I was at college, so I was probably, I don't know, 17, 18, something like that. Not got the best memory. Everyone knows that. I forget a lot. So anyway, mum in the morning, she was like, oh, don't forget, can't eat meat today. Can't, yeah, no. Don't eat meat today, you know, it's Good Friday. Yeah. Oh, no, fish, only fish. Anyway, went about my day, so I must have had a day off. And didn't turn up to college that day. Anyway, and so don't eat fish, don't eat meat, fish. Yeah, okay, no problem. So I don't know what I did all day, watching TV or something. Got to lunchtime, I was like, oh, I'm hungry. I'm going to order a pizza. So I ordered a pizza, I had a pepperoni, didn't I? Completely forgot. And she comes home and she's like, what's this pizza box? I was like, oh, I had a pizza for lunch. She goes, what did you have on it? Pepperoni. Oh, yeah, I don't know. So yeah, fucked up. So no point in trying to give up anything.
No.
Mess it up.
Well, you'll forget.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What do you actually? What's the point?
I think it's to.
Of what?
Of Lent.
It's
What
then
do you
to.
give it
It's
for?
like
I
It's
fasted.
something to do with Jesus going across the desert and not being able to eat
It's
With
I
something
can't
and
find
then-
the word. It's
To be fair though, he's the equivalent of
us having it.
of a superhero.
It's
and
just
he
that-
said,
it's
did he
having-
need to eat? You know, he could have managed anyway. What problem was it?
I think it's just to show that there's food that we can have.
Yeah.
But at that moment in time, he didn't, and it
Right.
was just to show that we can do it, and then we sort of
As humans, we can do it.
It's getting deep.
I don't know.
And then he went crazy and started like producing all these fish and bread rolls and wine. And just
Make it up for lost time, weren't he?
Sounds good. Right.
Good man.
old school David
Yeah.
Blaine.
We'll leave religion there. Move on to the next one.
Anyone else got one?
Yes, I've got one.
Oh, I'd only give it chocolate, by the way. Thanks. Carry on.
Mr. Patel's shelves are full again.
Oh, yeah, they wouldn't steal.
Like a secret hand coming up to the top.
Good Christian boy. Right, I'll read out the headline to you. Man allegedly faked own kidnapping to get out of Super Bowl sweepstake payout. So state police say a New York man faked his own abduction and robbery because he was short of cash owed in a Super Bowl sweepstake. So to cut a long story short, this guy, we all do it. We've actually got a Bugles football, fantasy football league, haven't we? Although nobody really pays attention to it, and we do it for free. But
On top of that as well.
are you still looking at it? I haven't changed my
I
team.
haven't
changed my team.
See,
I
look,
just-
you've done that, and I said
Do you know
I'm
what the worst
not
thing
in it because of that.
Oh,
reason.
yeah, you're not.
I'm
Did I
in it
put a
'cause
team in it? I don't even know.
I've been trying, and I was third.
No, there's
I
only
think I've now
four
dropped.
teams in it.
I enjoyed the World Cup one we did because that was short and sweet, but our full season, nah, man.
Oh, yeah, you said that. Yeah.
But there you go. So we all do these sort of fantasy football things. Well, this guy did one for the Super Bowl, and they all put money in each. Well, this guy had some fake names. He basically put in some fake names because he thought instead of having one team, if I have like 5 teams and we're all putting like $5,000 each per team, basically the more tickets you buy, the more chances you got to win the lottery. Was his sort of thoughts. He said, I know what I'll do. I'll come up with all these fake names. I'll put I'll pay my $5,000, etc. And there's a good chance that I'll win basically. So anyway. Stupidly, whoever set this up did it wrong. You're supposed to get money in advance, not wait till the end of the of the sweepstake to be done. So anyway, he got to the end of the tournament, which was obviously the Super Bowl, and one of his teams didn't win the Super Bowl. So he had to pay however much. I think it was like $16,000 or something like that. So he was in deep. So what he did was he basically pretended that he got mugged. To cut a long story short, he pretended that he was tied up and drove himself out to the middle of nowhere, called the police. Police came to him. He said, yeah, somebody's abducted me, they kidnapped me, tied me up, and they've stolen all my money that I was going to put into the sweepstake.
But make sure that's one of the more specific things he said.
Yeah. I had 16 grand on me, and they just took it all, and I managed to escape free and call you all. So, yeah, he got busted for it. Not cool. Not cool.
Yeah, you blame Tyler Durden.
I don't know who that is. He was charged with fraud and falsely reporting an incident. So,
Dick.
Not only did he still owe 16 grand.
yeah, he's dropping the soap in prison and getting a good scene.
Getting love.
Getting his
love
feet washed
romantically.
well.
Yeah.
He is.
That's a quite hard question I always ponder. If you're in the shower,
Oh.
you drop the soap.
Yeah. Is this your own shower?
Any shower. And it lands on the floor. Out of the shower, goes on the floor. Is the soap dirty or is the floor clean?
Soap's dirty, I reckon.
Yeah, I'd go with that. Ange.
Thanks, man.
Yep, soap's dirty.
Mine's on a rope.
I used
Soap's dirty.
Yuck. Right, I've got one as well then. So, the headline is Woman Almost Dies from a Stroke. Oh, nice.
I don't want to see anyone laughing.
This
Yeah,
is
no.
supposed to be a comedy podcast.
It's pretty
So,
dark, this one.
A 44-year-old woman in England suffers a brain bleed and passes out with a mini stroke, which was caused by her partner licking her pussy like a lolly on hot summer's day. So while receiving a good bout of tongue action, the orgasm brought her to a stroke. The worrying bit is,
Literally mind blown.
the woman was unconscious for 2 to 3 minutes before her partner got nervous and rang the hospital. 2 to 3 minutes. I mean, like, if someone's like passed out in front of you,
You only got 4 minutes.
like exactly like 10 seconds, you're thinking that's like the longest 10 seconds of your fucking life. And this woman's lied there for 2 to 3 minutes before he's actually bothered. So yeah, no, he took her there to hospital. She came back, when she came back round, she recalls getting close to climax and then a headache kicking in and then basically just passed the fuck out. So,
that reminds me of one of the stories that used to be in FHM, where some guys, he's got his woman on top of him, she's a bit of a good girl, she's putting his tits in his face, he's motorboating away, he's loving it, he's having fun.
Yeah.
He's tapping her on the back and she's like, oh yeah, he's loving it. No, he's not. He's tapping her on the back because he can't breathe.
He's tapping out.
Literally, he is. And then it wasn't until he started to go a little bit limp that she pulled away and realised his face had started to go blue. He started breathing and was back.
Is that one of those stories where it's like, yeah, my mate, this happened to my mate.
Yeah. I was in this room once.
No, it's an FHM. Go back and look.
That's the FHM stories.
They were great. Reading some of those things.
Yeah.
Just a magazine in general, when they had a picture of anything, and the little quips they had with the pictures were fucking brilliant.
That, and there's always, once a year, some guys have to go to A&E because he's got a Hoover stuck on his dick.
Always.
Always, once a year, guarantee it.
Jiggs?
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
No, was that you?
Was that you with the Hoover?
Yeah, what? Maybe.
That's why it's called Henry. Come on, Henry.
Checking yourself in, that's Henry.
They've got Henrietta now, haven't they?
Yeah, they're actually pink, isn't she?
There's another one, yeah.
You know by the sounds of it.
Well, yeah, I don't want to be sticking it in a fucking man Hoover.
I don't want to be sick.
If I'm going to be a sicko, I want to be a sicko that's realistic.
But it's fine if you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine if you like Henry the Hoover. Yeah, of course it is. if you get me. Anyone else got a story?
I've got one that's obviously not. It's obviously what I was mentioning about. They weren't here. So we went to a circus.
Yeah.
Who's we? You and family?
Me, Mrs. Ted, two boys. Little man was with Nanny.
Mm-hmm.
So we're sitting in the arena, and the two clowns come out, as they do, prowling around, keeping you busy until the acts come out. And the two clowns were quite funny. They were doing their little sketches, falling over some more, and falling over some more. There's only so much falling over they could do. So the jugglers come out, the lady with hula hoops comes out. When half time, the clowns come back out again. And what he's doing is sort of like being in a car, but he's got one of them bazoo noise. Kazoo things with it.
Is that the...
Yeah, but what he was doing, every time... He was driving a car, so whatever noise is the car, when he was turning the key, he was making the noise with his mouth, so he was starting the car.
Right.
And there was 3 seats. He was in one, and he was like, starting it. And the story went is that the car weren't starting. So he got a bloke from the audience to come and help him push. So he got him to push, as he did, and then he got going again, and then it stopped. So he went round the other side of the arena to get a lady. Fee went. Mrs. Ted. I'm not going up to. He better not pick me. And he comes past us, thinking, cracked it. He's gone past us. But he came back and swooped down and went straight into Mrs. Ted's eyes and went like that. And I was like, oh shit. Well, she just had this operation, didn't she?
Yeah.
So he's like pulling her. Little man, I thought he was going to hit him.
Protecting his mum.
Yeah. I was like, and then Mrs. Ted says, Ted, I can't, the stitches. And he had to come across me to get to Mrs. Ted. And I went, look, mate, she can't, she's just had an operation. Well, the spotlight's on him and on us, right? So he weren't English, but what he did, he got up, right? And then went, with a noise, and then done the old fingers across the throat malarkey, and then made the gesture of a bump of a baby to the arena, and everyone went like that, and I'm thinking, well, that didn't go as I wanted it to. I said, no, she's had an operation, mate, not she's fucking 4 months pregnant. I said, and anyway, he carries on, picks someone up, la-di-da. Anyway, that finishes, and then there was like a little break. Well, behind me was one of my mate's brothers.
Oh, fuck's
so I've gone
sake.
Back in a minute. I'm just going to go and have a chit chat with Liam. Oh, congratulations, mate. I went, no. Went to see Ryan. Fee's not pregnant. I don't want no cards. Mrs. Ted. She's not pregnant. And he went, oh, right. Well, what's all that about? And I said, well, she's just had an operation. She's got stitches and she can't move about, And I said, she can't go up, mate. She's just had an operation. And that's clearly what I told him. And he just went, oh, baby. And that was it. And I'm thinking, oh, crap. So he went, oh, yeah, no worries, mate. Long as you're right. He says, yeah, everything's cool. Well, then when I sat there, Mrs. Ted went, can you go get me a drink? I went, yeah. The bar is like 10 yards away. It might as well have been a mile away because I didn't get to it. Right. Well done, mate. Well done. But because it was on the wreck, which is like 500 steps from our house, we knew everyone. We're thinking, oh shit, well done, mate. Thinking some clown you are. So by the fifth one, I've just given up. We're having a kid.
Congratulations.
But we're not. So that's what happened Sunday. And I spent most of the time with Fee. But you got to tell them, you got to phone them up, you got to text them up, you got to ring them. Their mum's going to text you. You're going to get a letter in the post. And I'm thinking, Jesus. And so we're not having another kid. She's not pregnant. So.
Till the fivers start coming in the cards.
Yeah, bring money.
Oh yeah, thanks.
We'll do a list.
We're going Vegas.
So that's what happened Friday. Quite funny, quite funny story.
So has anyone mentioned it since?
No.
She's getting on all right.
Not at the moment. But everything's good. But it was funny because there was a lot of people. Because we got in late, so we didn't see everybody sitting in until I went up and then, oh, hello, so cute today. So, yeah, no, mate, she's not. But then I just thought, I'll give up. Yeah, she's pregnant. Yeah, no, but she's not.
And nobody bought you a drink, celebratory drink either.
No, I was just going for a slush puppy. Yeah. It's a strawberry slush puppy. And I was doing popcorn, so it was good. So yeah.
Did you have fun though?
It was, really good. First time I've been there, and it was really good.
I've never been to a circus in my life.
It was good. There was the woman that does the old. It's like a curtain.
Trapeze eyes.
A curtain, and you get wrapped up in it and all that. Twists and chisels and all that kind of stuff. And there's some geezer juggling with about 400 Skittles. Yeah, that was quite good.
So when you said Skittles, I thought you said the bag of Skittles throw them up in the air and taste the rainbow.
Yeah, and there's a little girl. She did some magic. That was quite good. But yeah, it was around. It was good.
Good times.
Yeah, happy days.
Good times. Any more stories, boys?
Yeah, I found one.
Go on then, brother.
Yeah, it's not a weird one. It's quite a nice story, really. But so, woman, 104, years old. Did you see this?
Yeah, I've seen this one.
Arrested at care home by police to fulfil bucket list wish. So, Anne Brokenbrow, who has never fallen foul of the law, cheekily grinned as officers detained her inside a care home and bundled her into a waiting police car. Bundled her.
Bundle!
How old is she?
104.
But yeah, she's now dead.
She revealed her desire to be arrested as part of a charity scheme where residents write down what they want most at Stokely Care Home in Bristol. She wrote, "My wish is to be arrested. I am 104 and I have never been on the wrong side of the law." So Anne, who has dementia, was put in handcuffs by PC Stephen Harding.
She forgot she wrote it.
Before being,
She's forgot it's happened as well now.
before being taken for a drive by the officers. She said, "I had a lovely day. It was interesting. Nothing like that ever happened to me before. They put the handcuffs on. I had the lot." Truncheon, yeah. "What did it feel like being a criminal? Well, will make me feel much more careful of what I say and do. But the police were very nice throughout." So I thought that was a nice story.
And she was arrested properly for wasting police time.
Yeah.
It's in the video. They're proper like getting their hands like putting the
picture of her in the back of the car. It's very sweet. I was just wondering if any of you guys, have you got a bucket list or anything you want to do before you die?
Getting arrested.
Nah, we've done that.
Yeah.
there's
bucket list.
Yeah, bucket list.
Well, I've been to Vegas and it was the best place I've ever been to, but I would love to go with the Bugles.
Alright. That's on your bucket list,
That's
is it?
definitely on the bucket list, that is. I'd love
So
to do that.
maybe for a big birthday in the future.
Yeah, I mean, we're all
start saving now.
40s, 40s.
So
Oh, there you go. 4 years for me is
next week.
50 for me. 4 years time, whatever. 4 or 5 years.
Get saving.
Yeah, mine's holiday with you lot. But individually, New York for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New
Visit
York
Alcatraz.
is nice as well. Yeah.
Alcatraz.
Do a tour in America.
Get Winnebago.
Alcatraz is San
Amazing.
Francisco.
No, but do New York
yeah.
and then also do
Oh, okay.
Alcatraz.
So
Yeah,
I was
because
thinking,
I'm over there.
I was thinking
Yeah.
Alcatraz. You go, go New York, go
Yeah,
Alcatraz.
yeah. But you know, them two.
Yeah.
Yeah, but as you're over that side, do that. I want
Bugles tour
It's
of
too
the US,
many.
mate,
It's
that'd be
too
quality.
many. It's too many places. I
I
want
thought
to
pick
go.
one place each.
over there.
Yeah, well, it would be, wouldn't
Yeah,
it? We've
it would,
chosen
yeah.
bloody New York and Vegas. They're both separate sides of the
Yeah.
country, aren't they? So that'd be
Yeah,
good, man.
probably say. I'd say. I think it's like got to be go Vancouver to watch your Canucks
Well,
game.
there you go. We're still over there that way.
Yeah, up
Be
north
awesome.
as well, then.
Yeah.
Go whale watching.
I don't know why that's funny, but it is.
Be great.
I'm not very ambitious. I ain't got anything on a bucket list.
No.
Just be happy and be healthy. That'll do for me.
Oh.
Be happy, be healthy, and get well soon.
Oh, Dr. Raj.
I'd quite like to eat as many chicken wings as I can.
Have you done that before?
No,
What was the
no.
hot one
It was
discussed?
hot.
What was
I did a spicy challenge in Edinburgh.
Yes.
Yeah, it was called the Suicide Wing Challenge. It was one of the worst decisions I've
Yeah,
ever
we've
made
seen
in
the
my life.
photographs. Don't we?
Yeah.
Maybe we should put those up.
Yeah, you can put them up.
Yeah, I'm not sure I've got one. It'll be a long time to find that on the back of the
See, that's
WhatsApp somewhere.
that's what we didn't do in Nottingham last year. We didn't go Hooters for chicken wings.
The thing is, the trouble was, I just felt it was a bit of a... Because I'd never been Hooters before, and I was a bit let down.
Put it on your
while I was
bucket
there.
list, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, you've been
I've been, yeah. That's the only, like, to be fair, I didn't think the chicken wings were that good, to be fair.
Yeah, I imagine it's like anything. The country of origin is probably the best place you can have.
Oh, yeah, if you went to... Is it? I'm
I
guessing
think it's America. If you go to America, it'll
Be a Poppa.
you go to Nottingham, you're getting a Nottingham version of Hooters.
Yeah, of course you are.
So, yeah. Alright, let's make those dreams happen, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Sounds good. Cool.
Has anyone got going on bucket list? Has anyone got an activity
Yeah, like
they would like to do? Like I had a little while ago, wanted to go in a hot air balloon, so
Oh,
we went up
doing
in a
that
hot
as
air
well.
balloon, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Like, has
Helicopter
anyone?
ride? Anybody fancy
I've done a helicopter over the Grand
I'd
Canyon.
like to do that.
It's quite a sicky feeling.
you won't get me like.
And we got full of sandstorms as well. It's choppy, you know. It's not. Sometimes I've been in a small plane as well, like a 4-seater plane. It's just fucking. Oh, it's quite. It's like obviously roller coasters. You know what's cracking.
Yeah.
So you're there on it. It's fun. It's like that, but you're not on a roller coaster. You're expecting a smooth journey. I don't know. A couple of lads like on the when we were on the helicopter. It was when I was in Vegas. Fucking one of our boys just chucked us
Yeah, but the thing is,
into a bag and a bit spilt out, and the guy who was flying us was like a lovely bloke. There was us 4 in there, and then there was this couple as well that were in there with us and 6 of us together. Lovely, like chatting about everything, talking about what was going on. Mate threw up. He literally was a couple of speckles back. We thought we better tell the guy because we don't want him to get pissed off if he finds it afterwards. Mate, he fucking turned like that.
Really?
Turned into a prick, like literally within seconds. Didn't talk to the rest of us all the way back. Honestly, what's your problem?
that's his
mate?
tip gone then.
No, exactly. Fucking nerd.
You got out and he went, "That's $50, mate."
But you're saying about it's all choppy and you think it'd be nice and it's not. It's not fucking cheap either, is it? So you pay a lot of money.
Oh God, no, yeah.
You pay a lot of money and it's not a very nice experience.
It was $120 each, I think.
How long for? 6 minutes?
Well, no. The flight to the Grand Canyon is a good, maybe 45 minutes to an hour.
Oh, right.
So you fly there, they land you in the middle of it where there's all these park benches and that. They do you like a champagne sort of hamper, like picnicky sort of thing. You stay there for about half an hour, 45 minutes, back on, fly back. On the way back, you have to stop off and there's some weird random little station there and then fill it up again with fuel and then do the rest of the way back.
Oh,
It's like you're in the middle of the fucking desert, like in between Vegas and the Grand Canyon. There's like a little small place with like 5 houses in the middle of fucking nowhere.
living
Nothing there. People living there. You're like, what the fuck are you doing out here?
I'm up for that. No civilization.
It's weird though. It's
Yeah.
just weird.
It might doing the
The
podcast
local
a bit
shop
harder,
is
though.
fucking is in Vegas.
Hotels.
Yeah. It's weird. Any more? No. Okay. Then.
Some people said they want to bungee jump though.
I did. There was times when I thought about
Nah, you won't get me doing it.
That's mental.
I just can't. The idea of going, oh no, I'm going to jump off here, or I'm going to jump out of a plane. That's the really.
I'd like that. I'd jump out of a plane.
See,
If your life's dependent on it and I
Mate,
jump
half of
out,
us
I'd
would
do
probably
it.
push you, according to last week.
But no, if someone had a gun to me and said, right, you lot won't live unless you jump out.
Yeah.
You've
that.
got
Oh
to
yeah,
live.
sure. Yeah, I've got you. Yeah,
I'd do it.
definitely.
I'd take
definitely.
I'll let you
I'll
fucking
do it.
take a bullet.
Stop in airfield next week. Let's go.
Yeah, yes.
I'd like to say I would, but I think there's weight restrictions on what can actually happen. So I'm sorry, guys.
Well, they were talking at work because there's a guy that they wanted to get them wing walks you do where you stand on the plane.
See, that would be cool.
They've got a weight limit of something ridiculous like over 12.5 stones on that. So if you
so
so if you're over that, you can't go on it, which is quite crazy, really. It's not that sort of.
What's that in kgs, Diddley?
Well, can't they get like a Lancaster out?
Lancaster.
What's wrong with that?
What?
Get a Lancaster out.
I don't know.
Put a frame on that. We'd all get on it.
Plenty of Concords that aren't working anymore. Is there? A whole wing full of people.
Get that Vulcan.
I'm going to play a little game with you boys, a little truths game. So I never too crazy because it's going to be on the spot and random, obviously. So what you're going to get asked. I've got 8 cards. Each number correlates to a question randomly that I've written down. There is 2 piles. There's a pile of sexually orientated questions, and then there's a pile of normal life questions. You've got to answer one from each pile in a round. If you turn over your sheets, I've wrote a number on the back. That's the order you're going in. It's completely random. So the cards are out. I'm laying them out. So who has a number 1 on the back of their sheet?
That would be me.
So Diddley will be our first contestant. So bro, do you want to pick a question from either of the piles? You've got to take one from each one at some point, so you start whichever pile you want, and I will... Why is it when you try and find something, it disappears? Got it.
Is this one of the sexually oriented questions?
Yeah.
Where's it gone?
I'm sorry, come on, what?
Go on then, turn it over. Number 3. Okay then, so your question is... We're just done, yeah, I'll take that. Would you rather have your whole porn search history to be shown to your entire family at a get-together, like Christmas dinner or so, or be shown in a work meeting to your whole workforce?
What, the same thing, but shown to
Yeah, which audience would you
Yeah, same search,
all the things you've been
different
searching
Give
for
a
on
shit, really. It's pretty normal.
What would Diddley's Poppa say to that?
Yeah.
I see that video.
Did this Poppa, yeah. He'd be like, hey son, come on, put it away. No, probably my work lot.
Yeah.
What to show it to? Show you.
Yeah. It's a bit weird thing to do, but
No, it makes perfect sense.
yeah.
Hand it in. Guess what? Here's my notice as well. Bye. Got to see you again.
I wouldn't want to upset my mum in any way.
Yeah. That's fair enough. Cool. Okay, who's number 2?
Not sure she'd be too happy with bukkake party.
Top corner one.
This one?
That's it. Yeah.
Right, so you've got number 1 from the sexual pile. Okay then.
Okay.
Have you ever walked in or been walked in on whilst wanking or having sex?
Yes.
You have. Would you
Yes.
like to explain on this story? Who caught you doing what?
I don't think I can tell.
This is for off. This is for off air by the sounds of it.
Someone has gone proper red.
Yeah.
Well, this is the first. Ted's lost for words.
If you can't,
He's the Red Ranger
is
now.
there a fourth?
Well, you can pass on someone if they want to, then you'd have to take another one from there.
Can I take another one?
But who would you like to pass that on to? And then or someone would put their hand up and say they have got one that they're willing to tell, and then you can get rid of your chunk. I can't be he's already chosen one from there already. So Chunk or Angelo?
So you're not part of this game?
No, I made it. I won't be in it. I'm part of it. I was going to.
I'll answer this. I'll answer this.
Go on then.
Should we do that bit again?
Yeah. I was on holiday.
Yeah.
And obviously been out on the old sangrias. And
So you're in Spain? Or?
yeah. Yeah. And I was with my older brother, Stuart, who drinks a lot anyway. And we had obviously rooms on the same landing. And obviously me and my girlfriend at the time went to bed as you do on holiday. And started making her own TV series. And my...
Bit of blue for lads.
And then my brother just burst in and pulled the sheets off.
He pulled the sheets off as well.
Yeah, so
Just the same brother that knocked you out.
yeah. So he's obviously got something against me. And yeah, he pulled the sheets, and there we were.
Nice.
In some sort of position. A tricky situation.
You were mid-flow then?
Sorry?
You were mid-flow?
Yeah.
You weren't on the vinegar strokes though.
What?
You weren't on the vinegar strokes though.
No.
No? Okay. Yeah, that's the last bit, no?
No.
Oh, you're right. Oh, okay.
No. So yeah, my brother, he sort of came in on this.
Yeah, well, that was nice.
Yeah.
Thanks, bro.
He came in on you.
Yeah. That's disgusting. So wrong. So wrong. But yeah.
Close family.
He's a gentleman then, is he?
Right, number 3 then.
That's me.
Which pile would you like to take from?
Bottom left. No. Go sexual.
Go sexual. Number 2, Chunk. Okie dokie. What is your favourite type of porn?
Oh, what do you know about this?
He's porn obsessed, isn't he? What's wrong with him?
That's just the
What's your type of favourite porn, Jiggs?
Afterwards, you can ask.
No, we don't want to know.
One from each one if you
We're
want.
not going to ask.
I'd say like it's like lingerie.
You like
I
it
love
with
it.
You like it with
Yeah,
the kid
yeah,
up
yeah,
and sexy
yeah.
looking. Yeah.
Like Littlewoods. We're talking.
It was cow.
Kay's catalogue back in the 90s.
Oh, I love it. Spider's
Older
legs.
than you,
Spider's
lot.
legs.
Yeah. I didn't buy magazines, I just had a catalogue.
Yeah, no, it's something about like stockings and suspenders and shit. Like,
Yeah, no, definitely, I agree. Yeah, it's got.
Is that what you're wearing underneath that?
yeah. I need something to support her.
So you're next then.
Well, I'm last, so I'll finish mine with a bang. So I'll go for a GL, which stands for what?
General. General.
Sorry, I thought it was.
You spelled knowledge wrong.
You want me to go for a
No,
sex?
go for the sexual
Keep all
one, right?
together.
So you
Yeah.
obviously number 4 is on the left. Number 4 is. What's your biggest sexual hookup regret?
Oh god.
I'm fully aware that there might not be an answer to this.
Yeah, I don't think I have any regrets.
No.
Really?
I don't know, I'm trying. That's what before, I have a good memory.
You told me you wish you'd pushed back.
Yeah, that was a secret, that's fine. Honestly, I don't know if I've got one.
You just want to hurry up because you needed the toilet.
Yeah, pass, I don't know.
You haven't got one. That's fair enough. That's cool. Right, okie dokie. Next pile. Back to number 1.
Oh, it was that simple, Tej.
He's got one past,
I ain't got one.
He went last, he got the lucky card number. What are you going for then, didn't you?
That one.
Number 2. Right. Is there a person you have or still have that you pretend that you like just to keep peace with other friends or family, etc.?
Jesus Christ.
It's alright, Elwood's not here.
It's just say me, you pushed me
No,
off the cliff
I
last
mean,
week.
I'm pretty honest, and I'm not too faced about people. I think if they,
You lied, didn't you?
If you didn't want to hang out with
if
them,
I,
you wouldn't.
yeah,
Like that.
I mean, you can't choose your family, can you? Growing up, a lot of my cousins used to fucking wind me up because I was the oldest one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a lot older. They used to just fucking come round, and so
They wanted to play hide and seek, didn't they?
I'd
When they sit in the same room.
I'd be like,
Playing with your stereo over your battery.
yeah.
Don't touch it with your wet fingers, it'll blow.
Trying to sleep a hangover off, and I'd have some little shit knocking at my bedroom door, like wanting to play, yeah. And but I'm cool with them now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But no, I don't think so. I wish I did, so I could tell a funny story. I've got one.
Fair enough. Right. Who's next? Ted.
Yeah, the one you first took, that one there.
The one I touched.
Yeah.
Number 4. Okay. Did MJ do it? Explain why.
Yeah, I think he did.
You think he did?
Yeah. I don't know. I can't.
Just a hunch.
Come on, Detective Ted.
The way
What was it like for you?
Well, when he touched me. It's just one of them things that every time you see him off stage, he was always with kids. Now, he shouldn't be with kids at the end of the day, regardless. When he was a kid, yeah. But not now. Not now. And I just think that's
Definitely not now.
No.
no,
Bit-
but
bit-
you
bit
know when
recruitment.
you because I watched the doc, and then you gotta you sort of say it as you see it, so you just still think he's here because he's on the TV and all these kids and all that. No, it's wrong.
Yeah,
it's wrong. And I've seen his glove that's got the brown finger on it.
ribbed for their pleasure.
That's the name of this episode, I think.
That was Bugles.
On the note of MJ though, there was a story this week as well that there's a guy who's a Michael Jackson super fan and he legally changed his name to Michael Jackson through Depot.
Ages ago.
Yeah, ages ago. He spent over like £1 million on memorabilia, trips travelling to LA to visit like the Brothers and Michael Jackson shows when he was still performing and all that over a 25-year period, so it's quite a while. And he watched Leaving Neverland and was like absolutely shocked by it, distraught, and like was like, nah, he's fucking done that, you know.
Yeah.
I believe these boys that what's happened. So he's literally binned everything that he's got, which is crazy because there's still people out there who
want it.
are Michael Jackson fanatics.
There was like a bus that they'd put on the side of it. MJ didn't do it.
Yeah.
So I mean, so like they, you know, he could have sold all that stuff,
Yeah,
like
got his money
eBay
back.
the fuck
Easy,
and got
yeah.
money
He probably
back.
felt
But he
it was
did it.
dirty,
He binned
wasn't
it all and burned it all like a twat, and now he's got no money, and he is currently
Jackson.
on a website which is called GoFundMe, and he's trying to fund the £120 that he needs to have his name changed back.
He spent
By
$1 million
Depot.
on a load of crap.
But he's not got 120 quid.
Sell some of that shit. Someone's going to buy it.
So we got rid of it, didn't he?
They weren't his gloves,
Same.
were they?
What?
They weren't his gloves, were they?
He was just more upset it wasn't him.
Yeah.
Fucking why is it always not me?
No, just too much going on for him not to do it. So, yeah.
Okie dokie then. So number three is Chunk.
I'll go bottom left again.
Although you confused me because I'm upside down.
It's
Okay.
Number one. Okay. What is your trash quality? Fuck, I can't read my rhyme. What is your trash guilty pleasure? Music or film, you know, something really shit that is embarrassing, but you love it.
I've got loads of these.
Yeah. I don't know. Probably, I don't know, maybe
It's a
listen
dodgy
to
film that you watch.
Dodgy film, Debbie Does Dallas.
Second one.
No, film-wise, I don't know, is it a guilty bit? Love Actually?
Yeah, I suppose.
That's a good
I love,
pleasure, I'd say.
but I love that film. But then
I like it.
maybe boy bands of the 90s. That's probably a guilty pleasure. I don't mind a little bit of Boys Out in the background or Backstreet Boys. I say you wooed ladies back in the day.
You wooed the lady.
Wooed the ladies.
Yeah, Friday night youth club.
Such a pimp.
Youth
club. Oh, such a pimp.
Yes.
That's what you check on.
Yeah.
Good lad. Cool. And the last
Yes, I'll
one
go
is
the
obviously
last
for
one.
you, which is number 3. So, what piece of clothing or accessory can someone wear that immediately makes you think they're a fucking knob? Don't look at me. Don't look at me. You brought me this.
Right, read that again. What piece of clothing?
What piece of clothing or accessory can someone wear that immediately makes you think that they're a knob?
So it's not him what he's wearing. It's just
No, it's something that he
general.
sees. I like, for example, I fucking hate it when you see someone with short sleeves on and fucking gloves. You're a twat. Why you got gloves on with short sleeves?
Yeah, but I do that for play football.
'cause that bit of my arm gets cold.
That's a tricky one. I think on certain women,
Careful.
leopard print is wrong.
Oh.
But they're
You know, like, if you're like young and hip, I'm cool. But if you're
Young and hip and cool.
yeah, but if you're of a certain age,
I like that comment.
I like that comment. Yeah, if you're of a certain age, it's like, come on, cat slayer. Just stop it. And that really, that's one of my.
You really think they're a dick if they're wearing that?
Yeah, I'm like, get out of it.
Cool. Lovely.
Mine's beanies in gyms.
What is it with you and gyms? Isn't it like high tops in the
Didn't
gym?
you get
things
rid of
like
that?
It's
No, like, sometimes I wear a cap like,
not
to
beanie.
keep my headphones on, but not all the time. But like, it's not cold in there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's not shoveling snow, mate.
yeah. No, we've got that one. That's a good point. Good point. It's a good little game.
Cool. Thank you. So, unfortunately, there is no What a Diddle is Poppa text today.
There isn't.
Because the Big Pops is away, but hopefully there'll be some more cryptic gold
Yeah,
for
he's
us
on holiday. Yeah,
next
enjoying
week,
his holidays.
hopefully. Good stuff. So, do we want to do the game that you've got? Andrew?
I have got a game. It involves all of you.
Cool.
But nothing.
If it doesn't, I would have gone.
Yeah. So this game is called, and I just typed it myself. Who said it?
Okay.
So I've trawled through all of your social media, Twitter posts.
Oh, nice.
From
LOL, Ted.
from years gone by.
Wow, that's a deep research. Yeah, nice. Well done, man. Well done.
Is Elwood in this?
Elwood is included in this,
Right, okay.
but obviously he's not here to play the game,
No,
unfortunately.
okay. Do we get
So I'm
points?
going to read out the date it was read, or the date it was typed out. Tweeted, thank you. And you have to guess who said it.
Is this on all social media?
This is just on Twitter. So, in no particular order, the first one. I've come to the conclusion. Oh no, hold on. It was recorded. And also, I said I'd say the date first. So this one was July 2016. The tweet is, I've come to the conclusion Taylor Swift must have fucking amazing pussy tricks.
That's me.
I said it.
I see that.
Jiggs all day.
I remember writing that.
Right.
No one else in the world would say pussy tricks.
That's the point though, because she's a fucking evil bitch, yet
Ping pong.
all the fucking guys and she was getting
They
all
don't
the
stay
dick.
long with it, do they?
They don't. So, and they all fall in love. It's literally like, look at Hiddleston. I love Taylor Swift t-shirt on and shit. And he was like with that was instant, that was. So,
Jiggs, some of us have just got it.
I know, well, Taylor Swift hasn't she?
Where's your
Amazing.
I Love Diddley t-shirt?
Amazing.
The next one, I love this, one of my favourite. June 2014. I went back to them. Cinema on my own again. Am
Jiggs.
I A, cool because I don't care,
Oh, right.
or B, a total loser with no mates?
Is that me or you?
It's me, yeah.
I thought it was Jiggs. Yeah.
Love that. Right. Next one, June 2014. Having the wildest weekend so far. Just update my sat nav. Hashtag rock and roll.
That's me again, isn't it?
Wow, what a life you lived, it.
Brilliant. Right. This one
Wasn't even going anywhere.
This one. May 2010. Really going back.
Were we together then?
Off for my first game of cricket this Arvo, guys. Haven't played in years. 16 to be exact. Wish me luck.
It's either me or you.
It's got to be.
That's me.
Yeah, I'd go with you.
That's the type of shit that I'd have tweeted back in the day.
Yeah.
It's not you.
9 years ago.
Is it me?
It is you.
Is it?
It is you.
Wow.
Okay, now.
Right, I'll speed these up.
2010.
Feb 2014. Come on, Team Canada. Who is it?
That's a
Is that the
thing,
captain?
Yeah, it's not. It's not. actually.
Early fuck off.
I can show you it if you want, but it's
Is
not.
it you?
It's not me.
Sure.
It's not
It
Elwood.
is.
It's not one now, it's
Yeah.
Elwood.
Dear, come on, Team Canada. What are you watching?
That would have been
2014.
Was it the Olympics? The Winter Olympics?
Don't know.
Because I think it's probably Winter Olympics.
Right, 1st of the 1st, 2019. Somebody text. Anyone got the date? Smiley face.
Elwood.
It's not Elwood.
That's you, isn't it?
That is me.
Yeah.
Right.
Dry as fuck.
Dry as fuck, that's me. Talking of dry as fuck, here's the next one. The handbrake, this is 1st of August 2016. The handbrake area on this forklift looks like a pussy from the 70s. Hashtag sexy time.
Well,
I don't
I'd say
bother.
9 out of 10 tweets that just Jiggs writes probably got pussy in it.
Correct.
Look at it, it's a fair comment.
Yeah.
Right, a
Brilliant.
few more left. This is September 2015. I'm getting married again today.
What, when?
September 2015.
Me.
But have you been married before?
No, I thought it was when I'd done them photo shots for the wedding. I was a groom.
It's not you. I'm getting married. I said it wrong. Actually. I'm getting married today again.
Elwood.
September 2015, Elwood got married. It
Yes.
pissed it down. I had to go back
That
and
takes
take
photos
photos
of
of
the
it.
day.
Yeah.
Yes, of course it did. Yes.
Right, last few.
Yes, yes,
November 2009. Paranormal Activity. What a film. Homemade videos will never be the same.
Not you.
Correct.
I only seen that film, so it won't me.
I'd say me.
No.
It was you, Teddy.
Yeah, I remember that film. Yeah.
Right, last few. Get ready. Oh, hold on, this was October 2015. Get ready for the bitch fest and so-called friends to be thrown under the bus. Hashtag The Apprentice.
Oh, I don't watch that
I don't
shit,
watch
so it's
it.
not me.
No, neither do I.
Is it you? Is it you, Chunk?
I think so.
It was you. And that's all of them.
Nice.
That's
Good
good.
stuff.
You look dressed for The Apprentice today. Anything you want
Dressed
to tell us?
to impress.
Is that where you've been?
Yeah.
Americans call it a vest, don't they?
Lord
Shouldn't they call them vests?
Sweater vest.
It's a tank.
Tank
A
top.
tank top.
Yeah, I call it tank top. I thought they called it a vest or something
Yeah.
instead, don't they? Cool. All right then.
Fun times.
Good times. Thank you,
I
Bugles.
like that game.
That was a good game. That was well done.
Just don't go back to Facebook once.
Yeah. Luckily, when you
I'm just
joined
coming
the
off and I'm deleting.
Right then, so that is it for this week's podcast. In case you missed them earlier, I'm sure you did.
Oh, tell them the new rule.
The new rule? Oh, there's a new rule, boys.
The new beer rule.
New beer rule. If you host, you bring the beers. It's the new rule.
Okay.
Just what I remembered. And
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
recorded and you said, didn't hear it.
Yes, there's them details again. If you want to get involved, we're on Instagram and Twitter at...
Bugles podcast. At Bugles podcast.
Yes, Teddy. You can email us on...
Hang on. buglespodcast@gmail.com.
Our website is...
It's beyond
Sick operation we've got going on here.
www.don'ttouchthebugles.com.
You can find us on YouTube.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, that's it.
Just go onto YouTube and type in Don't Touch the Bugles.
And finally, we're on Facebook now under Jiggs Clifford Brazier with Bugles Podcast in brackets. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you listen to us through Apple Podcasts, please leave a rating and review us, because that gets us hopefully more noticed and listened to, which is what we want, please. We also go the initiative of hashtag Pass the Pod. So if you've liked what you've heard today, can you please pass it on to a friend or family member, and hopefully they can pass the pod on and on and on and on and on. And also this week we are starting a new hashtag of hashtag We Need More Big Kevs to listen to
In honour
us.
of K.R. Anthony Selwyn.
Yeah, indeed. So anything else to add apart from your own handles, Bugles?
All I was going to say
Mm-hmm.
was I'm hosting next week.
Uh-huh.
I think we're going back round, aren't we?
Yeah, might as well, yeah.
And we put a suggestion forward the other day of something that we might use as a topic next week. Are we all cool to go with that one if you remember it? It was,
Enlighten us.
what nicknames have you been given and why?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be here.
You're not going to be here?
No, I'm going to be back up to... No.
Or will you be back in time? Are you
I'm away all week.
Fuck you then. So anyone else?
Yeah. We have to...
If not, drop us.
Maybe we'll try to do a phone in. Maybe I
Yes,
can try
let's
to...
try- let's
Or you
try
can
we'll
that.
try it.
voice record it. Or so, whatever. Yeah, we'll try something.
Yeah.
If it don't work, we can voice
We can
record
test
it.
some stuff.
Yeah,
we'll,
sure.
we'll try and get creative. But yeah, if you've got any nicknames that you are either given now that you use or have had in the past, send them to us and the reason why, and we will use them next week.
Cool. Sounds good. So I am at Jiggs Lord and Monk on Insta and Twitter.
Alex Diddley on Twitter and Insta.
At Chunk29 on Twitter and at Chunk Love Sloth.
I am at Teddy Paling on Insta and Twitter.
And G18 ALG on both. And should we do a shout out for
Elwood,
as well?
it's Van Can 41, VANCAN 41. Is it?
Find him.
Yeah.
Sorry, well, thank you for listening again. We really do appreciate it, and we hope you are having as much fun as we are. And Teddy,
Mother's Day.
is it today first?
It's next week.
Made a mistake.
Mother's Day, yeah.
Sunday.
Every Sunday for the rest of your life.
Forever.
Well, no, actually, in theory, this will come out Sunday night, so it will be
A week.
next Sunday.
Yeah.
Good point, Ted.
Yeah. No worries, mate.
Save my bacon.
Thank you, and goodbye.
Ciao.
Laters.
Ciao.
Ciao.